귀에다 잠깐만 같이 들어가면 안 돼.
이거 귀에다 하자.
그러니까 같이 오잖아 이거.
그래 좀 돌아가면 어때? 같이.
아니 그러니까
이게 뭐야? 잠깐만 그러면 이쪽을 보자. 이쪽도 맞겠네. 어? 가는 게 보여? 있어. 왔어. 왔어. 빼봐. 잠깐만. 짜잔.
그러면 이제
응?
그러면
저기 상이 있는데 그 아래로 들어갈 것 같아.
이만큼 되죠?
응.
준비를 되죠?
그러려고.
작게 잘한다.
넘겨봐. 가고 있어? 보여?
보인다. 온다.
Had you swim inside my affection. Both you, I came second. So I cut off the connection. And now you're calling me.
여기까지는 안 왔는데?
Holding
가까이
your
보이는데?
heart there inside your hands. You say I'm where you
불빛이 없어졌어.
wanna be, but you're out of chances. No, you don't get to come back.
아니 이게 가까이 있어 보이는데 이게
Crying
아니야.
over the love that you had. Maybe next time.
됐다.
Maybe next time.
다
We'll hold on to what you
됐어.
have. No, you don't get to
오.
show up. Teary-eyed saying I'm all you want. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. You won't sleep on a good love. Keep on talking. talking, but I'm already gone. You had your shot, but you went about it all wrong. Tried to pull you in close, eyes were locked on your phone. Now you're sour, cause I'm moving on. Oh, you're showing up at my door, holding your heart there inside your hands. Baby,